This is going to be the last of the new information for the circles unit. We're going to look at equations of circles. There's a formula that we're going to use for each problem. An equation of a circle with the center HK and the radius R follows this equation. In parentheses, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So these letters H, K, and R are going to have numbers in them, and that's going to tell us where the center of the circle is and what the radius of the circle is. So if we look, and really this right here just says the same thing. The equation of the circle, the quantity x minus h squared plus the quantity y minus k squared equals r squared is in standard form. We can also call it standard equation of a circle instead of standard form of a circle. So we're going to write the standard equation of a circle with the center -3, 6 and the diameter of 6. So if our center is -3, 6, we go back up here and look with the center HK. So we're going to call our -3H and our 6K. And then it says in a radius of R, but we're given the diameter. So to find the radius, we're going to have to divide that diameter by 2, and our radius is going to be 3. So then if we use our formula for standard equation of a circle, we're going to plug in H, plug in K, and plug in R. So we have x minus a -3 for H, I got the -3 from right here, squared plus y minus 6 for K, and I got the K from right here, squared equals R, which is 3 over here, squared. And I'm going to put that in parentheses just in case you were ever given a negative. You shouldn't be, but just in case our number is ever negative. If we were to square that, it should be a positive. So it's pretty close to standard equation of a circle. I need to clean up a few things. We have a minus and negative here, so I'm going to say x plus 3 squared. The y minus 6 squared, y minus 6 squared stays the same. And then that 3 squared, 3 times 3 becomes 9. So this is our standard equation from this problem. We're going to do 2 more of those. So write the standard equation of a circle with the center -1, 4, and the radius of this is root 15, square root 15. So again, if we label what we're given, -1, 4 is the center, so it's the H and the K. And the radius is root 15, so that's our R. We're going to put all that information in there. So we have x minus h, -1, squared, plus y minus k, which is 4 squared, and again, h and k just came from here. So -1, 4, just take them and put them in here, equals r squared. And again, here's why I'm using the parentheses. We don't have a negative, but we have a root 15. So we'll talk about that in a minute. So I'm going to clean this up a little bit again. I have a minus and negative here. X plus 1 squared, y minus 4 squared. And then this root 15 squared. What happens is the square root and the squared cancel each other, and we just get 15. And the reason for that is anything squared is a number multiplied by itself. So up here, 3 squared was 3 times 3. So this is root 15 times root 15. And if I multiply those 15s together, I get 225. So root 225. Looking for here's my square root button. And then if I take the square root of 225, I get 15, which is this right here. So 225 is 15. So root 15 squared is all of this work, which we don't have to show. It just ends up being 15 because a square root and a squared cancel each other out. So this is my answer for that one. Then number 3, write the standard equation of a circle with the center 0, -2, and a diameter of 10. So again, I want to label my center H and K. I don't have a radius. I can't call this R, this 10R, because it's the diameter. I want to divide that 10 by 2 and get a radius of 5. Now I'm going to plug in 0 and -2 in for H and K. So x minus 0 squared plus y minus -2 squared. So there's my H and K. Equals, I'm going to take that 5 and put it in for R squared. Again, I'm going to clean this up a little bit. X minus 0, anytime I take anything and subtract 0, it stays the same. 5 minus 0 is 5. So x minus 0 is x. X squared plus, and then I have y plus 2 because it's minus a negative. And then 5 squared is 25. So here's the standard equation of the circle there. So now, on the back of this, we're going to graph a circle, and this is what you're going to be doing in your homework. You're going to graph a circle given an equation. So if I write my formula right above this equation that I'm given, I can find the H and I can find the K. So here's my H, here's my K. That's going to be my center. The tricky part is I have to watch my negatives. This is a +2. So really, when it was written, it was x minus a -2 squared. So really, that H is a -2. So my HK, my center, is -2. Because if it's a plus in here, it's a negative. That's how it became the plus, minus a negative. And then the y minus 3, I actually don't really need to rewrite that because the y's match up, the negatives match up. The k is just 3, so it's -2, 3. And then to find my radius, r squared is 25. I want to take the square root of 25, and my radius is 5. So I'm going to graph using this center. I'm going to go left 2, up 3, and put a point. So that's my center, -2, 3. Then I'm going to use that radius to graph 4 more points. I'm going to go up 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from the center, and that point is -2, 8. I'm going to go down 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so that's left 2, down 2. I'm going to go left 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that point is -7, 5, or -7, 3, not -7, 5. -7, 3, and I'm going to go right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that point is 3, 3. So I graphed my center, and then I used my radius to go up 5, left 5, right 5, and down 5. And now I can sketch in a circle. So let me do that one more time. If I write my standard equation of a circle above the equation I'm given, I can see that there is no H. The X's line up, the squareds line up, but there's no H. So when I write that HK, that center, my H is 0. If there's no number there, it's 0. And then when I look at my Y's line up, the negatives line up, K is a +1. My radius, again, is radius squared equals 16. So I want to square root both sides, and my radius is 4. So I'm going to graph this point, 0, 1. There's that point, 0, 1. That's my center. I'm going to go up 4, down 4, left 4, right 4, and there is my circle. So I'm going to end this video and start a video on my phone on IXL to show you how you're going to graph on IXL, because it's not going to be exactly like this.